Who gets Hydrovisions and why? Our conquest spoilers are ahead. Let's dive in. Welcome back to Genshin Lore with Ambaby. Look, I'm gonna be the first person to admit I was wrong. I think Zhongli says it best in his Archon line about Furina, when he says he has the greatest respect for approaches to justice that not only place demands on others but on oneself. Yes, it may be about a greater sense of justice, I'll give you that. That's not what Hydro is about. And I couldn't understand it until we got Furina's full story. Hydro is about responsibility for justice, both implementing it and seeing it through. And so I would argue every Hydro user is someone who places a lot of demands of their own justice on themselves. And the burden of the role they are given, the role they have to play, especially like Furina, comes from that. I'm gonna pull up a list of all the Hydro characters. Barbara is the deaconess of the church. She has an official title and she doesn't feel like she can hold up to it, but she is hardest on herself. Childe, who is a Fatui harbinger and who takes on all the hate and responsibility that comes with that position, even though it is not what he would want. Childe would just love to go ice fishing and travel the world with us if he had his choice, but he accepts the responsibility and holds himself accountable. Like fighting a whale in the abyss for 47 days, excuse me. Xingqiu is the second son of the Fang Commerce Guild, and he takes all that responsibility, even though his true passion is writing. He puts that aside when he must to carry out his duties there, which is very similar to Yelan, who works under Ningguang and has to kind of retract herself to the shadows to carry out her duties. Kokomi is also obvious. She's the divine priestess. I don't think she would have ever chosen that position for herself, but she sees it through, even though she does take some R&R to read. Mona, and we saw this a lot in Official Quest, has really been chained down by astromancy and what is done to her life, but she feels, and she takes the title of Magistus, one given by her master, that she owes kind of a duty to serve, and that's why she finds herself in Fontaine. She's like, I can't turn a blind eye. Candace, or Kandaka, however you want to say it, is literally the leader of her village and must do that above all else. She stays in the desert faithfully to see that job through. Ayato takes over when his parents dies, and he gives up, I think, a lot of who he is to see Ayaka grow up and stuff. Although I wish we got to see more of it because he just kind of comes off flat when it's just all in flavor text. Nilo is someone whose passion for the arts puts her on a stage to be loved and adored. I'd like to see more connection here with this theme and Nilo, so if you have ideas, throw them in the comments. Neuvillette literally can't go anywhere now that he is the Hydro Dragon and he has the thing. He has to really just step into this role. And we see the Hydro Traveler, as always, embracing this idea of the role they have to play in Teyvat's history, both as a witness to Furina's play in Fontaine, and as someone who will just continue journeying until they can journey no more. I still maintain that the Hydro characters have a large connection to the arts, of course, because they are all performing in some which way, because the justice they owe to others comes over the justice they owe to themselves. Let me know what you think in the comments, and always like and follow for more Genshin Lore. Join the Discord.